welcome back to the channel. My name is Luitico. I'm a 3D character artist and animator. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. And before I get into anything, I won't take much of your time. I just wanted to ask that if you're into 3D character animation, if you're into sculpting, things like that, watching characters go from start to finish in Blender, then please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share with your friends or anybody else who might be interested. I'd really appreciate that because I'm really trying to grow the channel. Although, granted, I haven't posted like the past 3 months. Not because I didn't want to, I just didn't have the time to because I had client work. So I thank God for that. I had a few clients who wanted to, actually 2 clients who wanted to, who wanted like some animation and 3D character creation services. So yeah, so it's been a pretty good, few months. It's been pretty good in the aspect, but then I've just been really, really busy. Like right now I'm so tired, I'm exhausted. But I was like, let me take the time to at least get this video out there because I had the clip sitting in my PC. So I was like, I was just like, let me just lock in and get this done, put out the video and see the way forward, because I have another one with Revi from Black Lagoon. I have the clips, but then I haven't edited them together yet. I haven't edited them together, so look out for that maybe maybe this month end. I'm just hoping. So yeah guys, I'd appreciate your support. I love to do this YouTube thing full time. Granted, it seems rather bleak given where I live currently, because I don't think my country allows monetizing YouTube and stuff like that. But then that's not really the goal. I feel like if I can just have enough audience to view my stuff and have my work reach out there, maybe I might land some other clients who would want my services. So I'd really appreciate the help. So yeah, but then I'm not gonna take too much of your time. I just want to tell you guys where I've been, for those who watch constantly, and I apologize to for just being gone for so long, because just the way they work. I'm really thankful for it, but then I am really tired at the moment. But then I was like, let me just take 2 days to just edit this thing together, because it's not really much editing. It's just putting these things into time lapse, clipping a few things, chopping it up, and yeah. But oh, shout out to Prince too, because Prince is like he wanted me to sculpt this character a while back. I was like, yo bro, sculpt Albedo. So I was like, hey fam, I don't think I'm good enough to do that yet, but then once I'm confident enough in my skill level, I'll definitely give it a go. So now here she is, and I think it came out pretty okay. And I feel like also guys, leave in the comments, let me know what else I can improve on, because I feel like my anatomy is decent enough, but then I still need to keep improving. But then texturing, I'm not really good at texturing in Blender, not just the realistic stuff I guess, but then clothes and stuff. So if you guys can put me to a tutorial, maybe maybe a book or something that can teach me how to texture better, because I feel like my as far as detail goes, I'm still lacking. I think what saves my characters 9 times out of 10 is just the basic good. They look okay, I guess. They just look alright, so they pass. But then maybe it would have been the opposite. Maybe they could have just been saved by the texturing, but not really by the appeal. So let me know what I can read, what I can look into to improve my texturing in Blender, because there's a couple of softwares that I've seen that people texture with, professionals at the moment, but I cannot afford those at the moment. Maybe there's a free alternative to something like that, so just let me know. Maybe add it to my workflow, because I'm trying to improve this year and just learn more things, because I've been kind of lazy to learn something new. At some point I was trying to learn DaVinci Resolve, but it kind of I just kind of got tired midway. But then I have a few fundamentals on it. I feel like if I got back into it, I'd remember a few things, with the node setup and stuff like that. I'm here and there, but I think the full version is free. I mean, it's not free, so I need to also I'd have to pay for the full thing. But yeah. So Prince, shout out to you fam. This is for you, because I wasn't confident in my skill level at the time to actually get it done. And oh wait, I do have one thing to share though. I've been getting DMs, especially on TikTok, where people have been asking me where do I start, how do I start, things of that nature. And I just want to re-emphasize that there's a lot of things you can start learning before you actually get what you need. For example, let's say maybe you want to get into animation and stuff like that, 2D animation, but you don't have maybe a drawing tablet, because at the moment, but then you can still animate on paper. You can draw on paper, because one thing I tell people is animation is not really being good at drawing. Animation, it's principles, so learn how to apply principles to certain things. So animation is just basically learning principles. So you learn those principles and you can apply them to anything. It could be a bouncing ball, a cube. So you can learn those principles. You can learn 2 things at the same time. Once learning animation, you can be learning how to draw and things of that nature. at the end of the day, it's just a tool, you know, because just if you get a tablet, you won't automatically know how to draw, you won't automatically know how to animate. It's just a tool. If you can't draw on paper, you won't draw on a tablet. So, you know, tools are secondary. I'm not saying that don't get them down the line once you like save up, but then don't feel pressure to do it. There's a lot of things you can like learn, a lot of fundamentals you can learn or pick up as you're getting to that stage, you know. The reason why, because I guarantee you, learning Blender as a software on its own, like 2 or 3 weeks, you're like good with the interface, maybe just getting comfortable with it even more. Within like 3 months, you're like pretty good at the software, like, you know, just navigating things like that. But then if you don't know maybe anatomy fundamentals, if you don't know like things about, you know, character appeal and stuff like that, basic things like that, you will not make good characters. You just know the software, you know how to navigate it, but you won't do anything with it. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of art fundamentals you can learn as you're building your way up to, like, you know, 3D software. Because guarantee to you, if you take like a traditional sculptor, maybe somebody who's been sculpting with their hands for like a really long time, they know the human body in and out, rather the anatomy in and out. You know, if you give them Blender to sculpt a character, they might not do it simply because they don't know how to use the software. But then give them 1 week to learn the software and navigate through it, they'll start applying that knowledge onto that, and then the characters will be amazing, you know. So I think maybe one reason why people tend to give up is because maybe they don't have those fundamentals. They, you know, pick up Blender and they're slow and they're like, nah, I can't learn Blender. Now you've probably learned Blender, but you haven't learned the fundamentals. You know, you haven't learned anatomy. If you want to sculpt, you haven't learned those things. So it's going to take you longer, because, you know, these things are not, it's not the same thing. You know, they're like two mutually exclusive skill sets. Sculpting is one thing, Blender is another thing. Blender is a tool. You can sculpt in Blender, but then Blender itself won't do the sculpting for you. It's all in the hands. It's all in your skill set. It's in what you know. So I just wanted to put that out there. But so then don't be discouraged. There's a lot of things you can do. You can start learning anatomy on paper too, drawing. You know, that knowledge transfers, you know, and it does transfer. It's just a matter of like, you know, how do I apply this knowledge in 3D space? And picking that up would be easier than, like, you know, learning than just learning the whole thing, like everything at once. You might get overwhelmed. That's how I started out in Blender, like, you know, 2019. I could always draw prior to that, but then I wasn't taking it seriously. So when I was learning Blender, I decided, okay, I think let me also learn a few other things again. So it's like I was kind of learning the software whilst learning other art fundamentals. Because yeah, you know, if you're not, you can understand lighting on paper. You know, if you're like a painter, you can understand lighting very, very well. Bring in Blender, you might not know how to use the software, because you'll be like, okay, I want to do this, but then I don't know how to execute it, simply because you don't know the software. But then once you know the software, you'll be able to apply what you know in painting or in art with lighting in Blender, and then you're good to go. So don't think that, you know, I need to have, you know, that thing specifically. I'm not saying don't get it down the line, but then don't be like, Woody, okay, I'm gonna wait until I get that so that I can start doing this. Now start now. There's a lot of things you can learn before actually, like, you know, opening the, you know, Blender software, or before buying a tablet or drawing tablet or stuff like that. So don't pressure yourself. You know, get some time in, you know, save up some money, and then you can get your tablet or your pen display, whichever it is. And because I think for the first couple of years I was sculpting on a mouse, you get it really hurt my wrists. Please don't do that. You know, but because, you know, it's just that drawing tablets or pen displays are pretty scarce where I'm at. So yeah, I hope you guys didn't hear the thing door. But yeah guys, so this is Albedo from Overlord. I think I need to watch a little more anime, because I've been so busy. But thank you so much if you made this far into the video. Like, I won't speak for much longer. I just want to, like, give you guys a little encouragement. You know, don't, you know, at the end of the day, artistry skill is in the artist itself. Everything else is just a tool. Don't be like, you know, just because somebody has the latest drawing display, it's just hardware at the end of the day, you know. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. So once again, in case if you made this far into the video, I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the video. I have to get back to client work now. I'm gonna get that done. Hopefully by the end of this month I'll have a little free time, but I will try my best to post Revy from Black Lagoon. And once again, guys, please like, subscribe to the channel, share the video. I'd really appreciate it. You know, give me some tips in the comments on what I can improve, so that, you know, people can enjoy the videos more. And what is I supposed to say? What is it I want to say? Yeah, okay, because I want to get like 1,000 subscribers. Maybe by the end of the year. I'd really appreciate that. 6 months, I guess 5 months. It's very doable. Well, and we're above 650 subscribers right now at the moment. So I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. and I really hope to do like this 3D animation thing full time. I hope I get some better clients. I hope I make smart investments. I hope maybe I can even like make a living from some social media, because I want to have like multiple streams of income so that I can have time. Oh, and I have a TikTok, but then I'm actually planning on like starting a little mini series on my TikTok. You guys let me know if I should also like be posting that on my YouTube channel, because there'll be like short stuff, just 10 seconds, 20 seconds. I don't know. I feel like TikTok is the best platform for that, so I don't know, but you guys let me know what you want to see. What are the characters you want to see? Subscribe, like the video, share it. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope somebody made it this far into the video. Thank you. Enjoy the rest.
This No.